First of all, I would like to commend counsel for the defendant. He has done as he said he would do in introducing evidence to this court which would indicate mitigating circumstances, and he has been most persuasive. I have considered these and other contributory factors. The court accepts that the deceased did attack the defendant, causing her actual bodily harm. However, it would seem from the evidence presented to this court that the deceased was greatly provoked by the actions of the defendant in attempting to usurp her activities. In consideration of all these facts, I feel I must impose a somewhat heavier sentence than that called for by the defense. Elizabeth Josephine Birdsworth, I sentence you to 5 years imprisonment with a non-parole period of 3 years, this sentence to be served concurrently with existing sentences. This court is adjourned.
Not long to go now.
No, not long.
Have you got the warrant? 5 years. Surely you must have expected it. You're hardly likely to find the judge lenient in a case like this.
Haven't you got any sympathy in you?
As much as anyone.
You keep it well hidden.
Sympathy's wasted on people like you. Face it, you'll die a criminal.
And you'll probably get satisfaction watching.
What?
I'm too old now. The only way I'm ever going to get out of here now, be inside a box.
Come on, Birdsworth. Until the end of work bell. It's too late to go back to the laundry now. Then you can do the meal trolley duty for dinner.
Oh, Vera, look, I want...
Birdsworth's back.
How did she go?
5 years.
Good Lord, was the judge mad or something? It wasn't premeditated murder.
There's no proof that it wasn't.
Well, there's no proof that it was anything else either. Like, Kay White might have been a nasty piece of work, but I don't think Lizzie's the type to want to deliberately kill her or anyone else for that matter.
Well, obviously the judge thought she would.
Yeah, well, even if it was intentional, 5 years at her age is a hell of a stiff sentence.
Look, she killed Kay White. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going home.
No, you're not.
Well, I finished my shift.
Connie Barfield rang in. She's running late. We'll have to work back until after dinner.
But I've arranged to go
Look, until Meg gets back, Vera, we all have to pull our weight.
Why wasn't I warned?
The sooner you get them to dinner, the sooner you can go.
I wonder what's holding up Lizzie. I thought she'd be back hours ago.
Oh, the jury probably knocked off for afternoon smoke, eh?
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. Hey, Lizzie, what are you doing hiding in here by yourself? We thought you'd come straight down the laundry and tell us how it... Lizzie, what's wrong?
5 years.
What?
5 bloody years.
Oh, you can't be serious. But, Lizzie, that's insane. You got to appeal.
No.
Lizzie, you got to.
No, I can't. If it gets dragged any more through the courts, they might dig out the truth, and that's going to make it worse for Linda.
Yeah, but 5 years.
Linda will get a bloody sight more than that. And she's got her kid to think about.
What about you, though?
I'll be all right. Besides, if they do get to the truth, you and all the others will be done for perjury, and that's going to make it worse for everyone.
Birdsworth, you're supposed to be in the kitchen on trolley duty. You were told to stay in your cell.
Listen, now, you talk to Biz. She might have some advice for you.
Come on, Birdsworth, move.
Oh, lay off her, Vera.
If you open your mouth once more, Bryant, you'll find yourself on loss of privileges.
There is no tried and true or universal method for the handling of children. For all children, like all adults, are different and will react differently and individually in any given situation.
Yeah, well, it stands to reason, doesn't it? I mean, it's obvious.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem. Because all the people who write these books, well, they all say something different. At least that's the way I see it.
Yeah, well, what would they know? I mean, they're probably just a bunch of dried-up old fogies anyway.
Yeah, but they've had kids themselves.
Yeah, and how long ago?
Oh,
Well, look, no one can tell you how to bring up your own kids, Dory.
Yeah, but what they're trying to give you is guidelines.
Oh, look, it's all rubbish. I mean, look, some reckon smack 'em, some reckon don't smack 'em. I mean, who'd want to smack a little baby anyway?
Well, some people do. Look at baby bashers.
Oh, shut up, Doreen. We're not baby bashers. I wouldn't bash my little Noel, would I, sweetheart?
There's no need to be so tough on her, Jane.
Oh, I told you yesterday, she's driving me nutty.
Well, be patient. She'll get over it.
Yeah, well, she'd better, I tell you.
Well, how would you feel?
Oh, pretty rotten, I guess. But, she's not the only person in the world that's ever had a miscarriage.
Oh, of course not. It's just that she's feeling all motherly, that's all.
Okay, you're breaking my heart. So I'll try and be a bit more patient.
That's not fair. What about that Jones bitch? Surely she should have owned up to it.
Don't go on about it, Dor. There isn't any point.
Jeez, no point. 5 years, I reckon, is enough to go on about.
Dor. Shut up about it. I said I'd cop it, and I will. Now, you keep your trap shut. If you go lagging, everybody who's given evidence will get done for lying in the court. There's been more than enough trouble about the whole business already.
Oh, Lizzie, you can't.
Dor, it's final. I reckon I know what I'm doing. The only thing I'm sorry about is that I'm not coming out with you. Oh.
Hello, Vera. Nice to see you. Coming in.
I just called round to see how you're getting on.
Oh, I'm all right. I was just contemplating dragging myself into the kitchen to get something to eat.
Well, why don't I cook us both dinner?
Oh, I don't want to put you to any trouble.
Look, it's no trouble at all. What are friends for? I'd like to be of some help to you.
Well, thanks, Vera. I could do with the company, too.
Well, that's settled.
Thank you. Would you help yourself to a drink?
Well, I don't mind admitting. I sure need one. Would you like one?
No, not for me, thanks. The painkillers I'm taking don't mix too well with the alcohol.
Here's health. Now, what about dinner? Is there something special you'd like?
Oh, no, not really. Depends what's in the fridge, I suppose.
I'll go and see.
Well, about time. Did you bring the evening paper with you?
I'm not in the mood for that sort of nonsense.
You're not in the mood? How do you think I feel? I've just finished a double shift.
I'm well aware of that. You may also remember that I was required to do a bit of unexpected overtime last night, which turned into a couple of hours.
I'm not interested in excuses, Miss Bennett. I just want to go home.
If you can't cope with me being a few minutes late,
That's not the point. These rosters are difficult enough to organise and maintain without having to worry about whether the staff's going to turn up for work or not, and I don't want it to happen again.
Don't let me keep you from going home, Mr. Fletcher.
You know, Jane, I've been reading in this book about the best way to fold a nappy.
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, well, I didn't say you weren't. But see, if you do it like this...